Hello, everybody. I think we are live. Ooh, I've got some sun behind me. I'm wondering if I can fix the contrast. I don't know. I like having the window here, and it's a lovely day. Hi, friends. I'm in my church office today. This is one of our early YouTube Sundays. One Sunday a month, we have a special service at the church where I work in the afternoon, and it's for families with special needs. And so I stick around, and I was able to go and get a refill of coffee. I was able to get a little cinnamon scone, a little snack. And so I am hanging out with all of you here during the noon hour. And then I've got a big day. I've got a big day ahead of me, y'all. We've got a service at 1. I've got Doug on demand later today. We've got fan favorites listening parties, and I'm recording a podcast um, as a guest today that I'll tell you about here in a little bit. But I've got y'all saying hi to everybody. I think I'll say hello to you as well. It's good to see y'all. Kelly said good afternoon. It is barely afternoon where I am, but I think that works. Hi, Kelly. There's Russ, and there's Pete, and Matt, and Arrow, and Janine. Hi, Janine. It's good to see you. And Chad's here with us. Pete's here with us. And there's Luke. Matt, yes, I got my hair did yesterday. It's still a little fluffy. It's still a little fluffy on top, but I can be respectful now because I got my sides trimmed and my back trimmed. So if all else fails, I'll just put my hat on, and we'll be just fine, friends. It's good to see all of you. Hey, Bartosz is coming to us from Riverside Land in Poland. It's good to see you. There is me, you. Hi there. There's Andrew and Todd and Bill. Wonderful, friends. It's good to see you. There's Glenn. Good to see y'all. It's a little bit of my church office. Should I take you on a tour? It's pretty. There I've got my keyboard. And actually, what I do for the early service is I run a cable through the open window. They have a service outside, right outside this window, and instead of lugging my keyboard out, I just play from here. And yeah, and do that. So that's where I do my early stuff. I've got a whole bunch of stuff here on the bookshelves. I've got some robes, and there's all of our music over there. So sometimes, look, that's a lot better lighting for me that way. There's my hat right there, and I've got everything up so I can do stuff with you. Um, it's better lighting than this way, isn't it? Which way should I do? I don't know. I think I'll just stay this way at my desk instead of going around to the other side because I don't know. I'd rather be in a little bit of shadows and y'all see some beautiful stuff out here than you just see our filing cabinets. Yeah. Yeah. We need front lighting, right? And that's what I don't have over there because it's all bright back here. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What's up, Tursk? Good to see you. There's Ricardo. And New Gun Guy, he's still asking for Sky Overture by Yuli John Roth. Thank you for hanging out and for asking for that for forever. I still don't have it coming up this week. Apologies. But you get kudos for, I need to write that down. You get kudos for coming back and keeping asking. I'll look at it again and see what I can come up with. Does this, no, I'm in a church. I'm wondering if this pen works. Sky. Oh, look, I have a pen. Look at that. Sky Overture. I'll look at it again and see what I can come up with. Ooh, John. Oh, okay. Excellent. 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 Thank you there, New Gun Guy. Appreciate you. The Jabberter, I could use a reflector. Could use like some lights and stuff. I'm just talking to my phone here, friends. But we're just hanging out together and enjoying ourselves on a Sunday. And that's funny, Kelly. Every time I go on camera at work, I look like I'm in witness protection. We should all have lighting that works for our work area, right? Indeed, indeed. Um, Janine, the fan favorites is ongoing. Ongoing. It's not a poll on Patreon yet. We're going to wait another week or so to, well, we've got a few more days. Let's put it that way. I can't remember when that finishes up on our Discord. We've got a couple of fan favorites listening parties yet today. It's a big day for the Daily Doug and for me, for the community and for me. Here's what we've got, friends. I haven't looked, Andrew. I haven't seen how many entries there are. I just didn't get a chance to. Um, let's see, what do we have here? We have a fan favorites listening party at 2 o'clock Eastern and at 6 o'clock Eastern. We're just going to have a marathon. In between there, at 4 o'clock, in between there, I'm doing a Doug on Demand. And this is one of our newer series. And we do it on Sundays about every 3 weeks. And it's become one of my absolute favorite things that we did. And it's that we do. And it's just what it sounds like. It is Doug on Demand. We gather our Council of Doug's members. We gather our Doug's Angels members, our top tier members, and they put in their special songs that they specifically want me to listen to, like right now. Doug, can't wait. I'm listening right now. I want you to hear this, and I want you to listen with me. And so we do a spinning wheel, and everybody that's there is has their name on the wheel, and whoever the wheel lands on, I do their song. I review their song while they're there with all the community there, and we go for a couple of hours, and we tend to get through 10 or 11, maybe 12 songs, depending on how long they are. So that's a really great way for me to interact directly with y'all. And I love it. I love it. That's coming up today, a little bit of a later time than we are accustomed to. And it's because it's the third Sunday of the month, and I am here until later in the day than I normally am. So that's right, Ricardo. What goes up, spinning wheel, picks all the patrons, and it leaves me out of it. And I love these Doug on Demands. They're fun. So that's today, patrons, at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock Eastern, and there's still time to get your selection in, friends. What's up, Seth? Seth is saying that I introduced Rick James to the Super Freak. Rick was very thankful too, and I'm still looking for a little bit of royalties from that. But you know, Rick's got to do Rick. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you for that. Let's see. Arrow says he's volunteering to help out at the local fair this afternoon. So we'll miss you, Arrow. But if you check in when you can, that's great. Digibirder says every Sunday is Super Sunday. That is true. We had a great time, friends. Last Sunday, if I recall, Mom was with us, and Mom had a great a few days visiting with us, and we very much enjoyed having her at the house. We did a reaction video with Mom. She was on our council hangout last weekend, and she was on our live stream last Sunday. So y'all get to know Mom a little bit, and that was great to have her with us. Let me tell you a little bit about, whoa, what happened to my computer? Okay, screensaver. Now I'm back. Let's see, what did we do last week? Riverside. We started out with Riverside. It was great to get back to this band from Poland. Not many of y'all have watched that one. I won't take it too personally, but Riverside, they're worthy, friends. They've got great music, and we did their song off their new album. The new album is called ID Entity, otherwise Identity, right? And the song that we did from that was called Big Tech Brother, and it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. They're combining some 80s synth sounds and some prog sounds, and they're making it current, and it's pretty cool. Thank you, Matt. Awesome. On Tuesday, this past week, we released my review of an entire album. This was over on Patreon, and it was the Moody Blues making a return to the Daily Doug. And the album is To Our Children's Children's Children. It was a lovely album, a real concept album for them, and they do great with concept albums, the Moody Blues. This one came out in 1969, right in the middle of the space race, and they are sending up kind of a musical time capsule to the rest of the world. And over 50 years later, it still rings as a lovely, lovely album of music from the Moody Blues. I enjoyed several songs from that one. Watching and Waiting was great. Gypsy, Eternity Road, Sun is Still Shining. I think I like side two more than I like side one, but side one started off with a bang, literally, y'all, if you remember that album. So it was wonderful to get back to the Moody Blues. And yeah, I'm just reading y'all's notes here. Yes, rest in peace, Dickie Betts. So I didn't. Dickie passed on Thursday, I believe, and I didn't have availability in my schedule to switch things up and do a proper um, video paying homage and respect to Dickie in the wake of his death. But we're going to do that this week coming up. I've got some Allman Brothers music that we're going to do this week. So stay tuned as I tell you more about that. That's right, Mark. The moon landing, Woodstock, Abbey Road, 69 seems like a really, really great year. Yeah? Excellent. Excellent. Hey, Hinock, love your channel. Could you do me a favor and react to this band and song, Children of Bodom, Downfall? Greetings from Finland. Thank you there, Hinock. Let me see here. The Downfall. Write that down. I'll go back and look through these comments as I am able to as well. So last week, what was I talking about? Yeah, Riverside. We did the Moody Blues. With Mom, we took a look at Superstar by the Carpenters. That was a fun one. If you haven't seen that one yet, since we did it on Wednesday, that one features Mom. Hey Seth, what's up? Yeah, hey Soggy, I'm early this week. Good morning, y'all. Cool, cool. Maideness is saying yes to Bodom. Rock and roll. Okay. Y'all just have great suggestions, and I'm happy to receive them. What else? On Thursday, I reviewed a song called Europapa, and it's from Joost Klein from the Netherlands, and it's a entrant in the currently ongoing Eurovision. Um, Eurovision 2024, the song contest all across Europe. And that was one that I wanted to, while it's going on, I wanted to see what the hubbub is all about. So I picked one that's got a bunch of views that seems to be leading the charge in terms of popularity before the semifinals and the finals. And it sounded like European pop and European dance music, right? It was just really cool to hear that. And then we finished out with a really big time masterpiece, a short one, friends. It's Closer to the Heart from Rush. We did that on Friday. It was a short masterpiece Friday, but a masterpiece nonetheless. So a really great week last week with Riverside, the Moody Blues, the Carpenters, Joost Klein, and Rush. How about that for a big time week? And I think I've got another big time week for you this week, friends. I have filled this week as full as I can possibly get it. We've got videos every day, and I am excited to get things rolling here this week, friends. Later today, let's go in chronological order. Start with today. As soon as I'm done here, I'm playing a service, but at 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Remember, patrons over on our Discord. It's a music club, and it's a fan favorites listening party for our current fan favorites, which are for this month. We're doing this for the first time, friends. It's our favorite song lyrics, our favorite lyrics in a song, and I can't wait to see what y'all have come up with. I was trying to think, if I was doing this, what song might I do? And a few songs come to mind that I've done. Joni Mitchell's lyrics, Both Sides Now. I even loved Octavarium from Dream Theater. What a great set of lyrics those are, right? There's all sorts of wonderful poetry in these songs, and I'll be very curious to see what y'all have put forth as some of your favorite songs with lyrics that really hit you in the feels. So that's what we're up to today. So fan favorites, we have a listening party at 2, and then my Doug on Demand is at 4, and then we're going to go right back to doing more fan favorites listening at 6. And there's enough time. These fan favorites listening parties I do not attend, friends, because I want to wait and hear which ones get, to the uh, to the actual video. But this is a chance for all of y'all to hear some of these other um, submissions that your friends here in the community have put forth, and decide if you want to upvote it or not. That's what these are for. And I'm very thankful to our music club moderators, especially Ray, who gets these going and makes them tick. And so it's very great for us to have that help and that outlet for y'all. Really, really fun. And yeah, if our other fan favorites listening party on Friday was too late for you, if you're in a different part of the world, that's a good one, Seth. Joan Baez, Diamonds and Rust. Good one. Good one. But if you're over in Europe or a different part of the world, and the one we had the other night was too late for you, then come today. It's going to be a little bit easier time wise for y'all. So, what am I doing? After I do the Doug on Demand, it's a quick dinner, and then I am going back to the guys in the Heavy Metal Horror podcast. I appeared on their podcast a year or two ago, and they were fun guys. And to this time, I'm going to be recording a podcast. It's their podcast, but I'm a guest on it, and we're going to be doing what they call a slugfest. We're going to be comparing track for track Ozzy Osbourne's first two solo albums. We're going to compare Blizzard of Oz to Diary of a Madman, and we're going to go track by track and talk about what we like, what we don't, which tracks come out on top, and then what our favorite of the two wins. It's going to be a battle of Ozzy's two early albums, and it's going to be really just a fun time for me to go through with him. I'm not sure how I'm going to vote this time, friends. I really am. I am not. I got to review my notes to determine. I like both of those albums quite a bit, and I have heard both of them. That's part of why I told them we could do this. Yes, I have heard both of those, so now I can have an informed opinion on them. So that's going to be great, great. Um, Andrew is saying that I did a great analysis of Second Life Syndrome. Thank you for that. That was fun. That's another Riverside tune, right? And then Glenn is saying you should cover Peter Gabriel's solo work. I'm looking forward to doing some of that as well. I just got a DVD of one of his live concerts in at my PO box within the last week or two, and that was Secret World Live. And I know that I've got some music off of his new one that I want to get to, and just in general catch up on Peter and see what he is up to. So thanks for the reminder, Glenn. Excellent. Well, there's the screensaver again. I'll get it back. I'm talking too long, y'all, but I think we got it. So what's up this week? Well, I'm glad you asked. Y'all doing okay? I think we're doing fine here. Thank you, Charlie. Charlie says Close to the Edge and Awaken are his two favorite reviews of mine. He's watched them a lot of times. I love Close to the Edge, and I love both of those songs. I think they're two of my favorite Yes songs, top 5 for sure. I haven't gone back to watch Awaken as often, but Close to the Edge, I tend to just put the vinyl on and have a good old time. Yep. Excellent. So, what's coming up this week, friends, on the calendar? Not the Daily Doug calendar, the regular calendar. Pete, I'm going to tell you right now. Earth Day is this week, so I'm going to do 2 videos with an Earth Day focus. Ethan, I've got Iron Maiden coming soon, next week or the week after. Okay, we'll get back to the boys in Iron Maiden. But tomorrow, I want to go to Black Sabbath, the Dio Headed, Black Sabbath, and we're going to listen to Children of the Sea. And that one has a metal bend to it, and it has an Earth Day focus to it, or a ecology sort of focus to it, right? And so, Children of the Sea by Black Sabbath with lead vocals by Dio. That's what we're going to do for Earth Day tomorrow. You know what I almost pulled? You know what I almost did? The Devin Townsend song, Earth Day. I mean, it's right on the money, but I'm going to do something different by Devin in a couple weeks, I think. So, coming up tomorrow, Black Sabbath with Dio leading the charge, and it's Children of the Sea. It's great. There's Megan popping into the chat. Hi, Megan. Megan stayed home today, so I'm flying solo here at work. Hey, Brian. Good to see you. Excellent. Excellent. Matt, I also thought of that one, Within Temptation. That was on my mind. Mother Earth. That sounds like a really cool tune. I looked into it, and so it was really a choice between those three. It was a choice between Within Temptation, the Dio, Black Sabbath, and Devin Townsend, and I went for Black Sabbath this time. But I'll get to those other ones as soon as I can. Richard is saying that that's the first song that Dio and Tony wrote together. Well, that'll be a fun little tidbit to look at in that song. Andrew is saying that there's a Kate Bush song called Hello Earth, Mother Earth by Thresh. See, I should have just asked y'all. We could have done an entire Earth week if we did this, but I think I've got some other stuff coming up that y'all are going to like. So, like I said, tomorrow for a Metal Monday and for an Earth Day focus, we're doing Children of the Sea by Black Sabbath. On Tuesday, which is actually Earth Day, the 23rd, I'm going to do a behind the score for our patrons. That is our Patreon video of the week. I'm doing a behind the score, and I'm going to do 4C interludes, SEA, the 4C interludes from Peter Grimes by Benjamin Britten. This one was put forth by our friend Peter T, and it's a beautiful little suite, 20th century suite from Benjamin Britten in the middle of this work, Peter Grimes, and it's talking about Earth stuff, friends. And so it's about a 16-minute piece. I've got a score for it. It's absolutely beautiful, and we're going to work our way through it and see what makes that song tick with the help of a musical score, and it's going to be great. So that one is coming up on Tuesday. I've got to practice that one or look through it so that I could talk well about it, because it's been a long time since I heard that music, and I'm excited to get to it. Thanks to Peter for sending that one in for a suggestion here. Soggy Tom was guessing the Holst Earth from the planets. That would have been good too. Would have been good too. Excellent. Excellent. So let's see. That's Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, I am going back to Final Fantasy, friends, and the music of Nobuo Uematsu. The song is called Dancing Mad, and it's from Distant Worlds 2. I've done a couple of pieces, I think, from Final Fantasy. Maybe one? I know one, maybe two. And it's beautiful music. And I'm still quite unfamiliar with the rest of that universe. So I wanted to get back to it and hear more from it. And this is the one that John, our friend John, suggested. He says, you got to listen to Dancing Mad from Distant Worlds 2. And it's composed by Nobuo Uematsu. And that's what's coming up on Wednesday. And that's right. Yeah, Fortman is reminding us, yeah, Holst didn't do an Earth movement. If there is an Earth movement, it's by somebody else, written in the style, maybe. But Holst left out Earth. Yeah, originally he did. Let's see. Yeah, y'all are saying hi to Megan, and that's great. I'll just let y'all do that. On Thursday, friends, I am going to sneak in Well, we did some. We're going to do Final Fantasy on Wednesday. I'm going to sneak in some anime on Thursday, and the anime is Jujutsu Kaisen. Got to look at my notes. Jujutsu Kaisen, Kaisen. I don't know a darn thing about it. And the song is called Special Z, and the artist is King Gnu, GNU. That's what we're up to on Thursday. So we got some anime, we got some gaming, we got some Black Sabbath, we got some Benjamin Britten, and on Friday, we are going to pay homage to Dickie Betts. We're going to listen to Memory of Elizabeth Reed, in memory of Elizabeth Reed, live at Fillmore East, the classic live recording of this, and Dickie Betts wrote that song. And so we're going to pay tribute to Dickie, and we're going to listen to some music from the Allman Brothers. It's been quite some time since we had their music on the channel, and that'll give us some time to reflect on his long career and his writing and the music of this great American band. So that's what we're up to, friends. I think it's a solid week, and I'm going to be busy this week, my friends. Thanks, Jim. I thought that was a good. I thought Ramblin' Man could have worked as well, but Elizabeth Reed, I am less familiar with than Ramblin' Man. So I thought, while I'm doing this tribute, I might as well become more familiar with one of these classic songs that Dickie happened to write. And so I'm looking forward to it. I've got a runny nose, my friends. So excuse me for a second while you don't want me to wipe my nose on camera, but I'm going to just do that a little bit and I'll be fine. Pollen is off the charts here in New Jersey right now, but that's what we're up to, y'all. What's up, Michael? Michael says he's coming to us live from Brazil. He's taking a breather from his son's birthday party for this. Michael, I appreciate that, but go pay attention to your son. Really? Wow. Son's birthday party. Tell him happy birthday from all of the Daily Doug community, if he knows who I am, even. Yeah, Richard, Jessica would have been good also for some Allman Brothers. And I've heard that when it was on one of our fan favorites, favorite road trip songs from a summer or two ago, that I heard that, like for the channel or channel adjacent for the Patreon. And great stuff. Andrew's asking, the pollen is crazy in Kentucky too. Does it affect Mom? Yeah, it does. But she doesn't let that slow her down. And great. Seth says that I convinced Frank Zappa to never eat the yellow snow. Actually, Seth, a couple of weeks ago when we were up in Maine and we had that great spring snowstorm that I was able to make a snow angel, I stayed away from the yellow snow. I went to a perfectly pristine white snow section for me to make the snow angel. We don't want yellow snow angels. Doesn't work, right? Thank you very much. Y'all got any more questions for me before I need to run and get ready for other things? It's a busy day for me, friends. I've already played 2 services. Now I'm doing this live stream with you. As soon as this is done, I'll play my 3rd service. Then I'll come home and do Doug on Demand, and then record a podcast tonight. It's enough for 2 days of work at least. Awesome. Andrew is saying that he's been on a Bach binge lately. That's perfectly acceptable. Andrew, mostly the Brandenburg concertos. Woo! Which of my favorite Bach piece? Wow. Do I have a favorite Bach piece? It's a little bit past it. I've been involved in performances of both of Bach's Passion settings, the St. Matthew Passion and the St. John Passion, and I think those are 2 of his culminating works. I love his choral music because I'm a choir nerd, but boy, those are great pieces. The St. Matthew is crazy. It's double choir and double orchestra. with a whole bunch of soloists, and it's it's a long piece, a couple of hours, depending on how long your intermission is, and it's just full of drama. Great pieces. The Brandenburgs are lovely pieces. I love his cantatas. The art of yeah, it's wonderful stuff. Ooh, that's a question. Pablo, how do you see the future of musical composition with artificial intelligence? Holy shit. I, I haven't thought about it too much, but from what I've seen so far, we can program a computer for artificial intelligence. We can program it in all of the stylistic traits of any topic, really. But if we're talking about music specifically, we can program a computer. Here's what all of this music is, right? Um, here's Bach's music, here's Baroque style music, here's classical style music, here's Romantic style music, here's all of these different styles, jazz, Dixieland, whatever you want, right? Electronics, all that sort of stuff. We can program it to recreate, almost mimic styles, but I don't know how well it can actually come up with music on its own, inspired by what, right? When it comes down to it, we are inspired by our imagination, but we're also informed by all of the music that's come before. And so we're reacting a lot to the music that we've heard. And so, in a sense, we're doing the similar thing. We're borrowing. The best composers are borrowing ideas from other composers and making it theirs. So, in terms of AI, I think we could have some pretty cool AI generated pieces. It depends on how we ask for it. Um, I'll be quite fascinated to see what happens, in a whole slew of types of work that humans do that our machine friends may now be able to help us with. Where does that leave us? What does that give us more time to do? Hopefully, it'll give us more time to think creatively and to just add to all of the greatness. That could, Pacha. It could be a double D episode. AI songs. I don't know of any AI specific songs yet, but I await it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Um, I agree, Ricardo. I definitely agree. What's up, Mark from St. Petersburg? Good to see you. And Andrew says it's like when a painting teacher asks us to paint like somebody else, like Picasso. It's never going to be exactly Picasso because it's not Picasso's hand, right? So some of the art, it depends on the human aspect of it, right? In music theory, we teach a lot of kids, a lot of our students, like these are the stylistic rules that this music tends to follow when we're talking about Western art music. But the rules always come at later. The art always has to lead. The theory comes later. It always needs to be creativity, the human coming up with the art, and not us just writing to preconceived rules, right? If I want to write a piece that sounds similar to Mozart or Palestrina or Beethoven, I can certainly try because I know stylistically what they would be up to, but it's going to be a copy, right? It takes very special people to write and perform convincing music that's in the style of other people. Weird Al is one of them. He's one of the best all time. PDQ Bach, rest his soul, was also wonderful at that, coming up with music that stylistically borrows from somebody else in such a way that we're like, yeah, that's like Bach's this, and but it's doing something new. I once sang um, a nursery rhyme called Old Mother Hubbard, and it was in the style of Handel. It was hysterical for me to do. I studied it and sang it one time in my undergrad. just fun stuff. You know, you write a nursery rhyme in the style of Handel. Good enough for us, right? Very cool stuff. So once again, let me tell you what we're up to this week, friends. The first part of the week, it's an Earth Day focus. Children of the Sea from Black Sabbath, featuring Ronnie James Dio. That's coming up tomorrow. On Earth Day itself, on Tuesday, patrons only. This is for Patreon. I'm going to be doing the 4 sea interludes from Peter Grimes by Benjamin Britten, and I'm excited to dive into that. I've never done a full analysis of those pieces, and I'm excited to dive into that. Thank you to our friend Peter for suggesting that one. We've got a little bit of gaming on Wednesday with Final Fantasy. We're going to be looking at Dancing Mad from Distant Worlds 2, and that music is by Nobuo Uematsu. On Thursday, it's some anime. We're going to Jujutsu Kaisen with the song Special Z, and that's from the band King Nu. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. I'm looking forward to that. I haven't heard either of those. And then on Friday, we are going to take time to pay tribute to Dickie Betts from the Allman Brothers, and we're going to listen to his classic tune in memory of Elizabeth Reed. And we're going to be listening to the live version of that at Fillmore East that was recorded back in the day. That's what we're up to, friends. Fan favorites is coming up. We'll have that at the end of the month. And then I think I've already got a whole lot of May um, ironed out. So we're just kind of in working mode, friends. I have finished the first part of the year. We had Easter. I had a week off, and we're ready to push through spring before we take another break this summer. And it's going to be just great, 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 great. Andrew is asking, have I heard of Apologetics? They do Christian parodies. No, I haven't. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Cretino is saying, glad to see you're doing a tribute to Dickie. Thank you very much, Cretino. Yeah, Meg, it's an awesome week of music. Thanks so much for your help in putting it all together. Megan and I, with our friend John, we spend pretty considerable amounts of time each week going through, and we'll set up like a month at a time, and then we'll scrutinize each individual week right before we announce it and say, do we have what we want? And by just spending the time and re-questioning things and coming back and saying, yes, I want that one on this day. Yes, I want that one on this day. We end up with something that we feel good about, with the schedule that we feel good about. Like just today, Black Sabbath as a heavy metal band, Benjamin Britten as a 20th century classical composer. We've got Final Fantasy with Nobuo Uematsu. We've got gaming. We've got Jujutsu Kaisen. We've got anime. And then we've got some classic rock, some classic rock and roll with the Allman Brothers. That's a fun week as far as I'm concerned. I like the variety, and I like being able to get to different sectors of the musical world and see where all of it's leading us. And I'm excited for this week, everybody. What else? What else? Um, Pablo, it's a good question. Going back to the artificial music stuff, one of the things that I have realized in listening to older records a lot on the Daily Doug versus some of this newer music, the pitch may be up or down. They might be tuned in the cracks. The tape might be sped up or slowed down a little bit. But the drummers are never on a click. Back in the day, they might speed up a little bit or slow down a little bit, but they're going to feel the music with all of their bandmates. And so you don't have this very sterile robotic style music rhythmically and tempo wise. I love it when the music can flow a little bit, speed up when it needs to, slow down a little, just minutely, but feel it. You know, it's a human thing for us to do. So I prefer it when humans are playing the music as much as possible. If I'm writing some string backing, of course I can do that on a digital audio workstation, but I can do it better with actual string instruments and the humans who play them, you know, and a microphone. Microphones are important, right? It's just part of what makes the music sound a little more human, empathetic. The slight imperfections are what make them perfect. You know what I mean? It's the slight imperfections um, in the tempo or the sound, or maybe in the voicing, or maybe the guitar string is just a hair out of tune, or whatever. You know, it makes it what it is, and that's the cool part. So it's one of the things about artificial intelligence in music. That's it, Cretino Rubato, for sure. But it's part of that AI in music that I will be curious to see how all of that manifests itself over the next several years. It's going to be an interesting thing for sure, and it's worth it to us to work through all of those ideas. It's a new tool to us, right? To make music, just like we had, hey, synthesizers, they're brand new. Let's try them. Let's back in the 70s and 80s. It it comes and goes, and now people are going back and going, "Ooh, I like those." Check one, check two. Am I back? Hello. I went mute. Shit. Hello, hello. Check one. Hey, I'm back. Okay. Okay. Hello, hello. And I'm off again. And I'm back on. I can't wait to watch this. Check one, check two, and off. Yeah, this cheap mic, I'm gonna have to get a better one. I'm gonna have to get. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Checking the batteries. Checking the batteries. Can y'all hear me now? I unplugged that whole thing. Okay. Okay. This is a fun gotcha. That's funny. Okay, I broke it. Are y'all back yet? Yes, sorta. Okay, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna sign off. I know, I sound muzzled. Meg, we're gonna have to invest in a microphone that's more than the cost of a Wendy's value meal. Okay? We're gonna have to do that. And yeah, they work, but not really. I mean, I don't know. This is more like a Nerf gun pellet than anything else. I am going to sign off, friends, because I think that I can't break any more technology today or I will have a bad day. So, I'll see you. I'll see you. Okay? All right. I'll have to watch this back and see what the hell was going on. Mad Andrew, it is 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock for Doug on Demand. 2 o'clock for the fan favorites listening hour. Okay, so y'all be good, and I will try to figure out what I broke, and I will be back with y'all soon. So, cheers, everybody. I want to see if I can get the right button. Is it time for a drink yet? I think it is. See y'all.